So welcome, we have three expressions that we need to use in vector form that give us a dot product. So we're going to find out the dot product of each of these to prove that, hey, we have this, so it's supposed to be correct. So we have A times, let's say the dot product of A and vector Allison and vector Bravo, it has to be 0. Actually, I said vector alpha and vector Bravo has to be 0. It has to be greater than 0. That means that angle has to be acute, because that is the reason that we can get a positive dot product that is more than 0. Now, Bravo and Charlie also have to be greater than 0, which then means the angle between vector Bravo and vector Charlie is also be greater than 0. And then vector alpha and vector C, they have to be less than 0. Okay, I have a mistake over here. This is, from my question, says like it has to be less than 0, which means this has to be an obtuse angle as a dot product of this very thing. So we say like, okay, we need components, because they say write an expression that we can get components and then do dot product and say like, okay, this is going to be like how we can get positive and make this statement true. And remember that dot product gives a scalar, so we have to get the components, which is like a vector and unit vectors, to get them to scalar. So we're going to do the magnitude first, and then we get the dot product of each of these to make it work. So we have A. Let's say A is going all the way to the right, because if we do A all the way to the right, then if B goes, for example, like any angle between 90 and 0 is going to give us an acute angle, which make us just graphically prove the first one is right. And then B and C also can be proven right if we get A and C as an obtuse, and then A and C also going to be correct graphically for now. So we say like A is going to be 3x components, and we don't gonna give X a Y and Z components, because we're gonna make it we're gonna make the angle, so we're not gonna give the Y and Z components to A, making the Cartesian X and Y and Z hat. B, we're gonna give it 2x components, and we're gonna give 4 Y components just to make it a little bit large and make it a little bit more akin this one. But we're not gonna give any of these vectors a Z component, because one of them had to be 0. And then C, we're gonna get negative 1x, so we can put the vector on the obtuse position, and then we raise it to the 4y, which is going to be like the same direction with the vector B, and I have the vector C again with the zero components, 0 z components. We're gonna go ahead, and after having our hats and getting the component form, that's how we get it. We're gonna now get the magnitude of each of these from the components, and this is the way we're gonna use it from the components. Go all the way now to dot product and get our answer on this one. I will say the angle between A and B is going to be 60, because that's like a 60 degrees. Same, I will go with the B and C, and I'm going to say the angle between A and C is going to be 120. So let's go and get to the dot product. But some of our stuff, now we have to get the magnitude. Remember that we have my components. So we have 3x hats for A, 2x hats for B, and then 4y hat for B. And then for C, we have negative 1 hat, and then we get negative 4 plus 4y hat for C. So we're going to find out that that is 3, the magnitude is 3 from components. And if we do components of B, we get square root of 20 times cosine of 60, we get 6.71. Ding, that is correct, because we have to get more than 0, and the thing is 6.71, that's a positive dot product. For B and C, we're going to get square root of 20, and then we get square root of 17 for C. For magnitude, and times cosine of 60, we get 9.22. That is ding, that's correct, that's more than 0, and it has to be positive, which is positive for our dot product stuff. Now we have 3 times square root of 17, 8 dot product of C, and then we get cosine of 120, we get negative 6.18, which is less than 0. It has to be negative. Ding, we get the last one right, and that's how we get it. So hopefully you guys know. Hopefully you let me in comments if you have any questions.